Hello everyone. So today with the series on placements, we are here with our another lecture on how to prepare for interviews. We are having our special guest with us as our alumni Disha Sharma, who is right now working as assistant manager at Reliance. Hello Disha, I welcome you here on this platform.
Good morning, ma'am.
Beta, I would like to ask you some questions so that your juniors can take help from these questions so that they can prepare for their placements. As we have with us some of the final year students also who will be finishing their placements in about 1 or 2 weeks. So my first question to you is, can you tell students how to prepare for their interviews?
See, first of all, always you have to work for your communication skill. I hope in our time also, ma'am, as you arranged the mock interviews, right? Maybe you this time also you are arranging mock interviews for them, I hope. So they should participate in mock interviews to know how they can get better in their communication skills. And okay, keeping aside the communication skill, then just focus on just make sure that how to make a interviewer believe that whatever you are saying, it's all correct. And how you can make them believe is because and only because of your confidence. If you're giving any wrong answer confidently, they will believe, okay, he or she is very confident that he or she is prepared with everything. That might be one or two questions can get wrong, or two or three questions get wrong. So work on your confidence, communication skills, and don't worry about English. In whatever interviews I sat down, there there might be one or two interviews they can ask you in English. Otherwise, maximum of interviewers ask you in Hindi. Okay, so they can make you very comfortable. It always depends on the interview. So like this, and also make sure your posture should be very confident. Communication skill, confidence, posture, and how you enter into the room. That
Okay.
should be very confident.
Okay, so my next question to you,
Otherwise,
Disha, is
rest of
okay, my next question is, what is the right time to start preparing for the placements?
ma'am, actually there is no right time. Whenever you will start, that will be the right time. So according to me, the right time is always whenever you will enter the college. And for starters, obviously everyone, whenever you will enter into the college, you will be not into like, yeah, I have to prepare for interviews, I have to prepare for placement in first year only. That will be too much pressure. Just for starters, you should prepare with the aptitude, because aptitude is the one which will come into placements as well and competitive exams as well. So this subject is always constant. So always start with aptitude, because aptitude is a, you can say it's a fun game. So it can never make you bore or anything. Whenever you feel free or you feel that I have nothing to do work, just start with aptitude, make the aptitude part strong, and reasoning as well, mathematical reasoning as well, aptitude and mathematical reasoning. And just going by that subject turn by turn, then you can switch to placement subjects from maybe second year's last
When
semester
the
or
core
third
subjects
year.
start from the second year, then they can start with the core subjects. The first year, they should always pay attention to the quantitative aptitude. Okay. So,
Quantitative aptitude.
okay. So, Disha, my next question is, what are the online apps that you took help from for the preparation of your interviews for quantitative aptitude or for your some core interview-based question?
I must say the one app which is very helpful even today as well. Now also, whenever I feel that I should prepare myself for something, then I always consider India Bix. Maybe ma'am, you gave us that app. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah.
that
I
is too
remember.
much helpful,
Hmm.
I must say. India
Okay.
Bix and Interview Bit. Interview Bit is also very good. It
Okay. So,
always.
So we have here everybody, whoever is watching this. So there is two sites that you should pay attention to. One is your indiabix.com that we have already discussed in our previous lecture, and second is InterviewBit. So my next question to you is, according to you, to get placement in your company, like Reliance company, which students should study deeply? Which portions the students should study deeply?
Ma'am, see, I was from electronics and communication background, and maximum students were from computer science. They considered everyone in. They
Okay,
the thing is when we got placed and when we were distributed with our roles, we electronics and communication people were given the different roles according to communication. So I
okay,
am in net 5G and 4G. We handle 5G and 4G, but in that I do automation
okay,
of of how actually the thing is the whatever work my team does, they work manually. So
okay,
my further sub team is automation. So I automate their manual work. So they
okay,
do role according to your department. So you don't have to worry that electronics and communication skill students will not be permitted into their placements. No, they consider everyone. Just prepare according to your subject as well. Because when I sat into the interview, they asked me computer science questions as well, plus electronics based questions as well.
okay.
I
And
remember.
Disha, I would like you to emphasize on how GD played a major role in your placements.
See, according to GD, I made into Reliance because their first, everyone in, whatever companies came, their first round will be okay, written test or this test, that test. But Reliance was the only one who wanted to take GD, group discussion only, as
Okay.
their first paper.
Elimination round.
So the confident students, that's what their mindset was. So many companies can offer group discussions, so prepare for that as well.
And can you remember some topics of GDs that were being asked in your time?
Our topics were very random. I was asked about is stock market gambling or a good business, and some other topics were how 5G is different from 4G, and then how electronic vehicle is better than the other vehicles. Like this, random topics of today's world.
Okay. So my last question to you, Disha, is because after that students must be waiting to ask you some questions. So my last question is, a student should go for the knowledge of many languages when we talk about your software skills, or one language that he has hands on.
You have to be perfect in one language. It can be C, C++, because I opt for C, C++ first, because this is one language that gives you overall perspective of how coding works. So it is not used. C, C++ is not used in any company. Maybe sometimes it can be used, but till now haven't seen. But this language gives you an overall perspective of how coding works. Then
Okay.
after I mastered in C, C++, then I opt for Java.
Okay.
Because it's easy to understand how code works. Then you can switch into different languages. And
Okay.
then when I came into this company, they asked me to switch to Python, which I didn't know. So they
Mhm.
give you time to learn new language. Because no, you learned previous language, it will be easy for you to switch into another language.
Okay. So now, students, it's open for you. Whatever doubts or questions you want to ask your senior, Disha, you can ask, please. Any questions? Cheshta, Guranj, Anushka, Swati. हाँ जी,
Hello,
चेष्टा बोलो, please.
hello, team. Myself Cheshta.
Can you speak a
Didi, I
little bit
just.
louder, Cheshta?
Oh, okay, ma'am. Sure. Hello, ma'am. I'm audible now.
Very
Hello.
little. Still, you just ask the question, I will repeat it.
Okay. I was just asking that how many rounds are there in the Reliance? मतलब how many rounds you have faced, and मतलब first round कौन सा था और second round कौन सा था? Can you please elaborate it?
First round was group discussion only, and based off group discussion, actually in group discussion they made different groups, 10 group of one, 10 group of another, like this. They made group discussion groups, and out of the 10 people, they chose 1, 2, 3, or 4 people, and whatever they choose out of group discussion panel, then they opt for second round. It was a L1 interview, and it was completely technical interview. And then third one was technical plus HR interview. And in that, our HR only asked us the technical and HR questions. That was, they were the 3 rounds.
Can you, Disha, tell some HR questions that were tricky or something that can help your juniors for that, if you remember?
No, ma'am. At my time, HR questions were not tricky in Reliance, because they were simple. They read my resume, and they asked about my extracurricular activities. Okay, you did this, you did this. Okay, you were in Crispolatia, how you managed everything, how you did. And one thing was, I sat in another company's interview as well, and I forgot to know about the company, that we should always know about the company in which we are going to sit. And the first question they asked me, okay, what do you know about our company? And I
Okay.
was blank.
Okay,
Should
so this
always
is
know.
the main thing that all viewers, whoever is watching this, should remember, that when you are going for the interview of any company, just read in detail about that company, that what that company does and what it requires from you if they are going to hire you. These two things you should pay attention to. Any other questions, Swati? Guransh?
I just want to ask one thing more. Like, in technical round, are they asking questions from DBMS or computer networks or operating system like subjects also?
See, first of all, it always depends on interviewer. So always prepare with everything. But yeah, oops is very common. They ask from oops. And plus it depends on what the company is opting you for, which role. If they're opting you for something for Java, then they will focus on Java questions, like this. They asked me about the oops, and then they asked me about, oh yeah, DBMS as well, they asked me. So common subjects they ask. Surprisingly, if they come up with any other subject, then uh, just ask them politely that I don't know about this question. Always be polite that sorry, I don't know this question. Otherwise, prepare for basic subjects. Always you have to prepare.
Cheshta, you want to ask something else also?
No, ma'am, particularly I just want to know the basically in HR block last year we get to know that they give chance at last to everyone for 1 minute to conclude. Is
Cheshta,
that the same for Reliance?
H&R questions and interview will be tomorrow. On Sunday, we are having with your alumni, Leena and Mahaklin and
No, ma'am,
Rhythm. Mhm.
I was just asking, like H&R block like in Reliance, they have GD.
Mhm.
Is they give everyone the chance at last to conclude, or you have to conclude on your own basis?
Listen, what happened? My group was at very last, maybe 11th group was there in our group discussion round. So everyone came, everyone was saying, okay, this happened. Everyone was shouting, everyone was shouting. And in mind, I was very clear, I will not shout in my group discussion round. And when my group discussion round was there, I sat down, and my interviewer, that interviewer that was in our group discussion round, that same interviewer was the one who took my L1 round as well. So in my L1 round, he was very impressed, and told me that I was very impressed with your group discussion, because I took everyone's group discussion, but you were the only one who raised her hand in for every thing you have to ask. Because whenever I have to ask something or say something, I always raise my hand instead of shouting or raising my voice. And yeah, they give you time to conclude as well. So always remember to raise your hand. It will be very polite, and they will be impressed that you are not here to debate. There is a very big difference between debate and group discussion. So that helped me.
Thank you.
Okay, so Disha, my last question that just came into my mind, how important you think is the resume that leaves an impact on the interviewer, and what should be the don'ts of the resume that you are sending to the interviewer?
First of all, the many people, even I made mistake in first, maybe one or two first companies, that I made 2-page resume. It should be not hectic for an interviewer to turn the pages. It
Yeah.
should be on one page only. And first, again, in one or two first companies, I made a very attractive, congested resume. Oh, I did this also. I did this also. Very, unwanted things as well.
Mhm.
So it very, it should not be very congested, very simple, with very simple italics and very simple font style. And it should be very.
मैं कोई नहीं कर देना रख 2 मिनट
So your resume should be very easy for interviewer to see and look at. It should be not headache for him or her.
Okay, so I think that's all for now. Uh, Simran is wants to ask you something. She is writing, "Hi Adi, can I ask you some questions?" Yeah, sure. Simran, kindly go on. Simran, you can ask the questions, please.
हेलो
हाँ जी सिमरन बोलो।
मैम हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, आप बोलो, क्या जिस भी लैंग्वेज में बोलना, यू कैन आस्क।
दी मैंने एक तो ये पूछना था कि कौन कौन सी स्किल्स हमें सॉफ्टवेयर और हार्डवेयर के लिए ज्यादा चाहिए।
सी अभी जैसे मोस्टली तो आईटी कंपनीज आती हैं, तो सॉफ्टवेयर में वही है कि आपको बेसिक सब्जेक्ट्स आपको आने चाहिए। ओप्स हुआ, एसक्यूएल हुआ, डीबीएमएस हुआ, ये बेसिक सब्जेक्ट्स आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए आने चाहिए, और यही आपके रिटर्न टेस्ट में भी होते हैं, यही बेसिक सब्जेक्ट।
और जैसे
और
दी
आपको सूडो कोड्स आने चाहिए। हेलो।
हेलो
हाँ हाँ।
हेलो
हाँ जी
हाँ जी
बोलिए।
सिमरन बोलो, यू आर ऑडिबल।
मैम और ये पूछना था कि कुछ बच्चों ने क्वेश्चंस पूछने हैं कि कौन कौन सी जॉब अवेलेबल है रिलायंस कंपनी
क्या चीज, कैन यू
रिलायंस
रिपीट?
में
में, व्हाट ऑल जॉब्स पोस्ट्स आर अवेलेबल इन रिलायंस?
ओके, जॉब पोस्ट।
सी जॉब पोस्ट आपकी आईटी में भी है, प्लस मैं जिधर काम करती हूँ वहां पर नेटवर्क्स भी है। नेटवर्क्स में लाइक आपको कम्युनिकेशन देखना पड़ता है, आपको सिग्नल्स, हाउ टू वर्क विद सिग्नल्स। आई कैंट से एवरीथिंग,
हाँ
बट
जी।
हाउ टू वर्क विद सिग्नल्स, स्टडी सिग्नल्स। सो दिस टाइप ऑफ जॉब इज ऑल्सो देयर इन विच, मतलब जिसमें बिल्कुल कोडिंग नहीं है। लाइक हमें जब कम्युनिकेशन वाले बच्चों को अलग किया गया था कि आपको ये रोल्स दिए जाएंगे, तो हमारे स्किल्स देखे गए कि आप कोडिंग में बहुत अच्छे हैं, तो आपको कोडिंग वाले रोल दे देंगे। अदरवाइज वो ज्यादा अच्छे नहीं थे कोडिंग में, बट वैसे उनका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन में काफी अच्छा माइंडसेट था, तो उनको बाकी चीजों में रखा गया। लाइक जैसे जो मेन रिलायंस का बैकबोन है, जिसपे नेटवर्क चलता है उनका कंप्लीट, उसको देखना, हाउ एंटेनास वर्क, study of antennas, study of signals, defaulted signals, like this. I can't say
और
roles because proper roles उनके नहीं पता है, but हाँ, इस तरह के roles काफी हैं।
And moreover, Simran, when the companies come for placements, they always show you that these are the posts for which we are going to take the placements. They are going to take the interviews, but before that, they are going to share with you one PPT of their company that they want that you should go through that thoroughly. So I think
ओके
that's
मैम।
all, Disha, for now. So you also have to hurry because you have a meeting with your manager. So I think you have helped a lot, everybody, whoever is watching here. So I hope that it is going to help all those who are going to prepare for their interviews and who are there in their final year. Thank you so much, Disha.
Thank you, ma'am. Best
Okay.
of luck, everyone.
थैंक यू।
Thank you.
So everyone, that was all with our alumni Disha Sharma, who is working right now at Reliance. So our next lecture will be same on how to prepare for interviews, and we will be having our special guest as Karsimran Singh, who is working as a data scientist at Sabudh Tatras. So stay tuned and thanks for watching. Thank you so much, everybody.